Hey guys! Okay, so I wanted to do a little video for you all because it's actually been about a year since I really sat down and kind of talked about how I build my business, what I do on a daily basis, and mainly through social media. Because you guys, as you know, this business, it's such a trial and error for everybody. You know, what may work, a year ago might not be working now. Or what may, work for me might not work for you. Or what somebody does, it might not work for, you. So this business is a trial and error. You have to find your groove. You have to find your niche, whatever works best for you. I was actually talking to Jackie last week, and I always say, like, I built my business on social media. But you guys, that's not true. The peak of my business was when I really started working on social media, and I found my little niche of what I was doing, and I was getting, 30 to 40 little customers a month, and, an average of 5 to 10 distributors a week, or a month. A week, that'd be awesome, right? So that's when I really found my niche. And because I went through social media, I kept thinking, like, that's how I grew my business. But you guys, that's not true. You guys, when I started, even not so much now do I do a bunch of parties because of my schedule and just it's hard for me to fit into my lifestyle. But you guys, I did so many events. I did so many parties. I did so much face-to-face interaction as well as social media. So I am a huge event person. I remember even when I was pregnant with Crew, so that was, a little over a year ago, when actually my business started taking off. I would do events about once a week. So 4 times a month I was doing events. I was having parties. I was interacting with people, not just through social media. Social media took my business to another level. I will have to admit that and say that. But that's not how I grew my business. I started my business off doing parties, doing events. Social media just kind of took my business to the next level. And that's what I wanted to kind of talk to you guys about because of what we have kind of trained you guys on, and how to message people and how to talk to people on social media. I have tweaked that quite a bit, and I'll go over the reasons why, but I just want to kind of go over some things of, do's and don'ts of this business because there's a lot of people doing the wrong thing in this business. When my business peaked, it's because I was working social media like no other. I was growing my network, which my network on social media is pretty much to its max, but I was growing my network daily, messaging people daily. And so that's what I kind of wanted to talk to you guys about. So I still agree, you guys, this is networking. We're building a network every single day, whether it's on social media, whether it's through events, whether it's through parties, whether it's just through blitzing. We are building a network every day. You blitzing in person is no different than you blitzing on social media. It's reaching out to people. The only difference is you're doing face-to-face rather than over a computer. The same thing is that it's networking. That's what this business is. So the first thing, I do, and what I encourage you guys to do if you guys are building your business through social media is not just use social media. You guys, it's great. It's easy. It's fast. It's free. Well, it can be. You can do it from your phone. It's so easy. But I encourage you guys to get back to the basics, wrap people, schedule those parties, do events, because you guys, that's really where you're going to find your niche. That's where you're going to find your confidence. That's where you're going to figure out how to talk to people, how to be in front of people, that kind of thing. So I encourage you guys, if you guys have been in this business for a while now and you guys have just done social media and you're kind of stuck and you're like, okay, I don't really know what to do. Try other things as well. Don't just do social media. Like I said, I say I grew my business through social media, but that wasn't true. That's not true because now that I think about it, I have done so much. Parties, events and all that kind of stuff. My peak was from social media, but that is not how I have grown my business, strictly. So, So this is I'm just going to talk about social media a little bit and, kind of some tweaks that I have made. Now with growing your network, I've done the same thing. And this is, how I would teach somebody to grow their network on social media. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to friend request people. Now, one thing, you guys, never go on another distributor's Facebook page and start adding their friends. That is a big no-no. We never do that. Absolutely not. Even if you don't know the person, you never go on there and add their friends. It's just, it's just not right to do. So don't ever do that. So the other thing is when you have another distributor, or if you see like people have asked questions on another distributor's post, don't go on there and comment on those posts. That's just a little side note. Don't go on there. I've seen that where even people, on my team or on other teams, they've gone and they've commented on a question that a potential has asked. So don't do that, you guys. Let that distributor answer their own potential's questions, okay? So, but the biggest thing, you guys, do not go onto other distributors' pages and add their friends. So that's the first thing. Now, to add friends on Facebook, to grow your network on Facebook, here's a few things that I recommend doing. Get involved with some groups. If you figure out what you love to do, like for instance, for me, I'm a mom. I'm big into fitness. I'm big into health. And so what I did is I joined some moms groups. I even joined moms groups like in my neighborhood, not just on social media, but we're talking social media here. So I'll try not to get sidetracked. So get involved in some groups. Go on there, start asking questions. Even like I would make a post, and if anybody who commented or liked on that post, I would add them to my friend list. Go on there and start adding those moms to your friend list. Build that rapport with them inside that group. Be involved in that group. So don't just, get on a group and then, just add all those friends. I mean, you could, and honestly, I have done that, and it's worked great, but we want to make sure we're building a relationship. I guarantee a lot of those people that I have added on, they probably deleted me too because I didn't build that relationship right away with them. So build that relationship, post things, interact in those groups, and then build a relationship and start adding those people to your network on your personal Facebook. You can go into ask your friends. So I've had a few friends who, they are big into yoga or fitness, or, they just have an awesome network. They go out a lot in Scottsdale, or they just have an awesome network. And so I have messaged them and just say like, hey, Sally, hey, do you mind? I'm trying to grow my network. Do you mind if I add some of your friends to my network that I think, might like some of these products? You guys, every single time I've done that, there's not been one person who said no. So go ask your friends if you can add some of their friends to your network. You want to make sure that you are being genuine about it. You don't want to just go on and go to some random page and just start adding all these people that you don't even have anything in common with. So make sure that your group that you are involved with, make sure that you have something in common with it. The other thing you can do is start your own group page, you guys. I did this. I started this a while ago, but I really got into it about 2 months ago. And I started my own group. I did not physically add anybody just randomly into it, because you guys, nobody wants to just be added to a group. Like, I've been added to so many groups that I don't even know what they are. And I'm like, so I just remove myself from it. Nobody wants to be, added to a group. So what you guys do is you guys market and you guys advertise your group. I've had it for about, I would say probably like a month and a half, 2 months now, and I almost have 500 people on that group, you guys. That's 500 people. Some of them were my personal Facebook friends that have added themselves to it, but these are all people that have added themselves to this group. So, and that's a great way. A lot of them aren't even my friends yet. What I am doing is I'm building that relationship, and if I might message them and be like, oh, hey, that was an awesome comment. Where did you find that recipe? And then that's building a personal relationship with them right then and there. And then I'll add them to my Facebook group. That way that they're seeing all of my product posts, all of, that kind of stuff. So build that relationship, you guys, even when you are friend requesting. I still think it's okay. You're networking. It's just like going up to anybody randomly and blitzing them. And that's kind of what, you're doing on your Facebook. You're going up to people and you're inviting them into your network. And they can either accept that or they can decline your request. If they accept it, awesome. You're going to get, your network to be grown. So adding people to your network is so, so crucial when you're building your business, no matter what it is, even if you're not doing social media. But those are just a few things. The other thing that I like to do is I like to ask my loyal customers. What I'll do is I will have, like, when my loyal customer signs up, or, when I built that relationship with my loyal customers, I'll message them and I'll just say, like, hey, Sally, I thank you so much for being one of my loyal customers. Hey, do you have 10 people that you could refer me to that I could add to my network? And, it could just be, 10 random friends that they have, or they could just, say like, no, thank you. No, I don't. Sorry. But almost every single time they're like, oh yeah, I have some people, and they'll give me like 5 people that I can add to my network. And then what I could do is then I go and I friend request those people and I say like, hey, thanks for adding me as your friend. I'm friends with Sally. She's one of my customers. So, you just started off, building that relationship. Oh gosh, my neck is so red. My gosh. So I guess my biggest thing, when you guys are building your network is just be genuine about it. Go in there for, obviously we are in those groups for a reason. We want to network. But you want to build those relationships with people. You want to grow your network by building relationships with people. So another way that I will build my network is every time I'm doing an event. In fact, I just did an event about 2 weeks ago. And instead of, having them write on a little piece of paper their contact information, I have them add me right there on Facebook. And so when they come up to my table, I will say, talk to them a little bit, and then I'll say, hey, do you want to get entered in for a free wrap? And they'll say, yeah, of course. And I'll say, okay, do you have Facebook? Yes, I do. Perfect. Take out your phone. I'm going to have you add me to your Facebook group, and then that's how I'm going to enter you in for your free, or for a drawing for a free wrap. So what I'll do is they'll take out their phone. I'll have them type in Amanda Busher. They search for me, and then I just, they just push the ad. That way it's in my control, so I can accept their friend request. So it's a great way to, add them to your Facebook. And that's a great, tip when you're doing events. Because like I said, I've done a lot of events, you guys. That's been by far my best way to reach people. Because I've followed up with so many people who do those little tags, or like the paper with their email, their phone number. And I rarely get any response, you guys. But when I add them to my Facebook, they're going to start seeing my posts, and they're going to start seeing, what this is all about. And they're going to be like, whoa, like this girl is legit, So add them to your Facebook. So that's just a few little ways to grow your network. So that's the very first step, you guys. Grow your network on Facebook, on Instagram. Start adding, to your network, but be genuine about it. Add people who you feel like you are going to have common with. Moms, if you're a mom, if you're doing extra, if you work out, that kind of thing. If you cook a lot, go to like a cook group. If you read books, you can go to a book group. If you, hike, you can go to a hiking group. Whatever you love to do, whatever you're passionate about, find a group for that, because you're going to build a network and you're going to build those relationships with people because they have things in common with you. Okay, so the next thing, sorry guys, my throat gets so dry because I have the worst allergies. The next thing, what I will do is after I add to my network, you guys, don't message people right away about the business, about the products. So what I will do is when I have a new person who's just been added to my network is I will message them about 24 to 48 hours later, and I'll say, hey, Sally, thanks so much for adding me to your Facebook. You look very familiar. I am excited to start connecting with you. And I just leave it at that. It's very short and simple, but what that's doing is you're doing the first step of building a relationship with them. Most people will respond back to me and they'll be like, yeah, you look so familiar too, even though I have no idea who they are. It's so funny. But they'll be like, yeah, you look so familiar too. And I don't know where I know you from. Maybe it's from dance. I'll be like, I never danced, but no, I'm just joking. But so it's so awesome that there's so many friendly people out there that, they will message you back with such a friendly response. And that's probably my favorite part about messaging is that very first initial message when I'm like, hey, thanks for adding me. I'm excited to connect with you, because then they're always such a positive response back. Now, sometimes they don't respond, and that's fine too. But a lot of times they will respond to me when I send them a message like that. And then what I'll do is I will, I'll wait a little bit. I'll let them start to see my posts and let them start to see what I'm about and my products and that kind of thing. I don't just go message them right away about the products and I have in the past before, and I just have found that if it's not done the right way, if you're not building the relationships right off the bat, it's hard to do it that way. It comes off spammy. It's just, some people will, think like, oh gosh, she just friend requested me just to, get me to buy a product. You don't want people to feel that way or think that way of you. So I found that with tweaking this method that I do, I found that it's really important to build that relationship first. So that being said, I let them see my posts. I let them see, what this business is about, what I'm about. I have a family. I am in love with these products. And then the other thing I'll start doing is I will start commenting on their posts. I'll start commenting on their, liking their stuff, commenting on their stuff, interacting with them on Facebook. The more I'm interacting with these people, the more when I make a post, it's going to go into their news feed. So, I really try to build that relationship with people. And then, maybe a month later, I might message them, or, at the end of the month, whatever, 3-4 weeks later, I message them, and I just might say, and I use their name. I might say, hey, Sally, I'm so excited because I am building a new portfolio, and I'm offering these wraps for $59 for a box of 4. Would you be interested? I might say something like that. So, and I message them that because one, I built that relationship with them. I'm starting to build that relationship with them. They see my posts. They're liking my posts. I'm commenting on their post. We're interacting. It's not just me randomly messaging them like, hey, I'm starting a new portfolio. Do you want this product? It comes off a little bit more genuine. Also, I'm using her name so that, again, people love hearing their name. And again, it makes it more personal. So use their name. So then if Sally's like, okay, no, thank you, I'm not really interested in that, I might then say, what I would used to do is I would say, okay, thanks so much. And then I would message them the following month. What I've learned is that works with some people. I'll honestly say that does work with some people. And some people I've messaged them over and over, and maybe on their 7th month, they've never responded. On the 7th month, they respond to me and are like, oh yeah, I want some wraps. But since I've been doing this for about a year, you guys, I found a better way to do it. And honestly, it is by building those relationships. It is by finding out what they want. And that's not, honestly, the best way to go about it. So what I'm going to recommend and what I do now is when Sally says, no, I'm not really interested in that, then I'll say, okay, no problem, Sally. Have you looked into any other products that we have? And if she's like, no, I'm not interested, and I'll say like, okay, yeah, that's totally fine. Would you like me to continue to follow up with you on our future offers? Or would you like me to let you know about our future offers? You know, just something short and sweet. And I've had a lot of people say like, oh yeah, that would be great. And I've had some people who say like, oh no, that's okay, I'm not interested. So at that point, I know I'm not going to go and message them the following month. I don't want to annoy my people on Facebook. I don't want to spam them. I don't want them to think of me as just this person who just messages them every month trying to get them to buy a product. So at that point, I'm going to still build a relationship with Sally. I am going to still comment on her stuff. I'm going to like her stuff and still build that relationship. Now, if I find that, you know, it's just not, she's probably not one that I'm really going to ever get, she's not into this kind of stuff, then I might just kind of let it go and focus on my other potentials. You know, I've even had people who are like, you know, when I say like, oh, would you like me to, you know, follow up with you? I've had a lot of people who are like, oh yeah, that would be great. You know, I'm just not interested. I just can't buy anything yet, but I really want to, you know, soon. So by you saying that, it's going to let you know like, okay, yes, I do need to continue to follow up with them, or no, I'm not going to message them every month because they're just not interested. But by you keeping them on your Facebook and they're still seeing your posts and you're still building that relationship with them, you know, eventually they might come around. And I've had a lot of people who have done that. So really, you guys, I feel like that is honestly the best way to, you know, make an awesome name for yourself. Make an awesome name, and, you know, you're one who you are working your business by messaging people and adding people to your network, but you're doing it the right way. You're doing it in a way in which you're building a relationship with people. So the other thing is do not message people that, which I have never done this, and I hope that none of you guys have, but I have heard that this has been happened in the past with other people, other distributors. So do not ever, you guys, message somebody who is not your friend on Facebook. Don't message them. Build that relationship with them, because you guys, that's the first thing. You guys message somebody who, if they're not a friend of you on Facebook and you just message them saying like, hey, are you interested in some wraps? That is so spammy, and that's really how we're getting a bad name in this business. So do I 100% believe in messaging? Absolutely. I have grown my business that way. You know, I think it works for me. Does it work for everybody? No. It requires consistency. It requires the right dialogues. It requires you have to do it the right way. You have to do it in a way where people think you are genuine. So the minute that you are spamming people or just messaging people, which, you guys, I'll be honest, I've done it. That's what I did when I first started doing this method, is I would just message people, bam, 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 bam. And did it work for me? Yes. But you guys, it's been taken out of context way too much. People are going out there and they're making their messages so ungenuine, you know, not personal, and it's spamming people and it's giving our business a bad name. So that's really why I wanted to touch base with you guys and just let you guys know that it is so important to build that relationship first. Will I message people? Absolutely. I will continue messaging people because that is how I work my business. It works for me. I built, you know, a rapport with my potentials, with the people on my Facebook, and I will continue doing it that way until it doesn't work for me anymore. And then I might, you know, I'll switch it up. But you guys, it has to be done the right way. So build those relationships with people. So another thing is when you make a post, or like what I'll do is like whenever I make a post and somebody will like or comment on my post, I will go and I will personally message them. Even if they didn't comment on it, if they just liked it, I will go and message them and I'll just say like, hey, I keep saying Sally. I don't know why I keep saying Sally, but I'll say, hey, Sally, you know, thanks so much for loving out my post. Are you interested in making some extra money? Or are you interested in the hair, skin, and nails? Are you interested in this? And, you know, a lot of times they're like, oh, yeah, you know, I am. And sometimes they're like, no, I'm not. I just really liked your post, or I really liked what you had to say. And at that point, I will say like, you know, if they say, no, I'm not, I'll just say like, oh, well, thank you so much. You know, I really appreciate your support that you give. And I just really let them know that, I really appreciate them liking on my stuff. And so, message those people. Message people when they first, when they first get added to your network. Message them. The first thing to do, build that relationship with them and just say, hey, how are you? I'm so, thank you so much for adding me. I'm excited to connect with you. That's the first thing. And then, build that rapport with them, build that relationship with them, and then you can message them about your products. When people comment on your posts or like them, then you have full free range to go and message them. Again, it's all about your wording, you guys. If you have somebody who likes your post and it was the hair, skin, and nails post, and you message them and you're like, hey, Sally, would you like to buy my hair, skin, and nails? It's $33 for loyal customers. They're going to be like, no. But if you're like, hey, Sally, thank you so much for supporting my post. I saw that you liked it. Would you be interested in in more information on the hair, skin, and nails? That just sounds so much better than just like, hey, do you want to buy my hair, skin, and nails? So I've learned, you guys, throughout this year, because you guys, I was so on to messaging, and I still am. I'm still a big messenger, but you guys, the biggest thing is it has to be done correctly. You have to build a relationship first. So I guess that's my biggest thing. And following up with people, you guys, is so crucial in this business. But again, you have to follow up the right way. You have to, you have to be consistent with this. You have to, follow up in a way where if they are interested, then, then you can follow up with them. If they don't respond to you, or if they're not, if they don't seem interested, don't keep following up with them. Just, ask them like, hey, would you like me to continue to update you on our future offers? The worst they're going to say is no, and that's okay. If they say no to you, that then you need to refocus on the people who are going to say yes. And so that's honestly what I wanted to talk to you guys about. A lot of people, like I said, have taken this, and I'm not saying you guys at all, but in this business, they have taken this social media and they have misused it. And, like I said, it all starts with building that relationship. That's the biggest thing. And I think like when I started really listening to like John Eric, and he was so, he pressed us so much about building those relationships. That's really when I started kind of tweaking this method. And I feel like it's just worked out so much better for me, because I have even had people who, they're not even my customer or a distributor, and they have referred people to me who, would want these products. And I've had people who are not my distributors or my loyal customers, and they'll randomly message me and just say like, I love reading your posts. I think you're so inspiring. So keep it up. And stuff like that. That's how I know like I'm reaching out to people. I'm branding myself. And that's really what it comes down to. It's about how are you building your or how are you building your business? Are you spamming people, or are you really building those relationships? Because if you're really building those relationships with people, your business is going to go a lot further. And it's going to grow a lot bigger. The other thing is, you guys, build those relationships with your loyal customers, because a lot of times those loyal customers will become your distributors. So, anyways, I just wanted to do a quick little video on that, and just really stress the importance of not spamming people. I want it to be where our team is, people look at us and they say like, okay, that's how this business should be built, not by messaging people randomly and, spamming people or anything like that. And that's about it. I do want to kind of talk about posts real quick, you guys, because, and again, everybody runs their business differently. Everybody has their own niche, and that kind of thing. But if you are using social media as your main outlet, you guys, posting is so crucial. And I'm not talking about the posts where it's, hey, come look at these before and after pictures. Who wants to buy my wraps? Or $99 to join my business. I need 4 more people. I'm not talking about those posts. Those posts are not good, they're spammy, they're advertising. People don't want to see those posts. I'm talking about genuine posts where people want to read your stuff. They want to see what this business is doing for you. They want to see what you have to offer. They want to see what these products are doing for people. They want to see your life. They want to see, it's how you branded yourself. And so posting is so, so crucial. So if you are wanting to do your, work social media and build your business that way, I think it's a great way. But you guys, it takes consistency. So one of the things is if you are going to be messaging people by building a relationship first, it takes consistency with building those relationships with people. Every single day, you must be liking comments. You must comment on their posts, their posts and that kind of thing every single day. They need to see your face. They need to see, who you are. You want them to, by you always interacting with them, it's going to build that relationship, and they're going to know that you are that rap girl. You're their rap girl. And so I think posting is so, so crucial. Again, you want to make it where your life is, it's just involved in your life kind of thing. Like your posts are, the business kind of is just worked into your life. So, making a post when you have greens and you're going to the gym or whatever, stuff like that. That's what really is going to relate to people. And that is, if you're just posting but you're not posting about it works, then it's really going to be hard for people to know that you are their rap person. And if you're posting about it works, once a week, again, people want to see consistency. And I'll give you guys a perfect example of this. And I told you guys, some of my team on one of our trainings. One of my friends, she does that Norwex. And if you guys don't know about that, it's like this video is kind of going longer, but it's like an all natural like cleaning. You pretty much just use water. Well, anyways, there was this fancy mop, and I was like, that looks awesome. But it was like $100, I don't know, it was like way expensive. It was like $100 or something. I'm like, there's no way I'm buying a mop and a broom for that price. So I'm like, whatever. The next day, I saw another post about it. And still, I'm like, that is so cool. But again, I'm not going to buy it. The next day, I saw another post. The next day, I saw another post, another post, another post, another post. I kept seeing her post on this product consistently every single day. You guys, I bought that freaking mop and broom. And I honestly think it's because I kept seeing it all the time, and I kept seeing all the cool stuff it was doing. Same goes with our posts. If you post about our greens, one day, and somebody's like, oh my gosh, I really want those greens. Those look awesome. And then they forget about it. And then you don't post about those greens for another like week and a half. That's, you're going to lose a lot of people right there. But if you post about the greens and then 2 days later you post about the greens again, and then 2 days later you post about the greens again, people are going to see your post, and they're going to, eventually it's like a commercial. They're gonna eventually be like, okay, I'm getting those greens, So posting is so, so huge. Again, everybody works their business differently. I just wanted to strictly tell you guys kind of the things that I've been doing, how I've tweaked my business, and how I made it become a little bit more personal and a little bit, I'm just building relationships a lot more. And I'll give you an example. Instead of me messaging about 50 to 100 people a day, which I still probably message about, I would say 30 to 50 people a day. But what I do is I comment and I like on about 50 to 100 people's posts and post every day. So that's what I've been doing differently. And then that allows me to go and message people, 30 to 50 people a day. But my messages that I'm making, that I'm going through, they're people that I've interacted with. They're people that I'm building a relationship with every single day with. And that's really what I've been doing these last few months on social media. And that's, it's just been awesome. And I really want us to try to get away from, and I don't think a lot of you guys do, but I know it's been a problem with this company, but I really want to try to get us away from spamming people and just messaging people, that we don't know, or, not having thoughtful context and that kind of thing. So anyways, I hope that this video has helped you guys. If you guys have any questions, you guys can always message me. Anyways, I'm always tweaking my business, and I might not be telling you guys what I'm doing because I'm trying to do it, see if it's working or anything like that. But if you find something that has worked for you, you guys keep doing it. If it's working for you, keep going for it. Always tweak it to make it the best version. But, if you found your niche, keep going for it. Keep doing it. I will say, you guys, if you are doing social media, like I said at the very beginning, that's perfect. That's great. But I would also incorporate, some more face-to-face stuff. I will get any chance that I can to go to a party or an event because I think it's so, so crucial. I think it's a great way to build a business. It's a great way to build your network. And it kind of gets you off of that, computer, behind a computer. So if you can't, there's a lot of you guys who can't do, parties, or you can't do events or anything like that. So, there's other options. You can totally do Zoom parties, but the biggest thing, you guys, is just building that network, building that relationship with your network, and making your words and your dialogue very, very genuine, not salesy at all. So that's all I really wanted to kind of share with you guys about, what I've kind of done and how I've tweaked my business. And so I hope you guys can take something from this. And so anyways, I hope you guys have a great day, night. And if you guys have questions, just message me. Okay, I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.